Awkward Experiences with strangers. According to Reddit, number 20. I tried to release a silent fart in an empty aisle in the supermarket. The fart was not silent, and I also wasn't alone. It's funny you realize the entry that you're about to read a little bit too late. Let's start at 21 and pretend that was the first entry instead. I tried to make some moves on a girl when I was in high school. We were in the 7-Eleven near the back. I'm sorry, I am taken aback by the look of this N. It looks like an H with the top part cut off. It doesn't look like a normal N, and I'm trying to scan this for other N's, but I can't find one. Oh no, I'm getting a call. Give me a second. Hello?
You gonna stream?
No, I'm streaming.
Oh, okay. My past guys in PT, so I come back from Tampa, but I don't want to go down a Lakeland liquidation just to see what they have. So, try to decide to call you, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let me know.
Hear me?
Yeah. I tried to make some moves on a girl when I was in high school. We were in 7-Eleven near the back. Because of the late hour, I figured that we were alone. When she turned me down and left, I decided to drown my sorrows with a bag of Sour Patch Kids and physically ran into the older bearded man who had been buying nuts. He gave me a sympathetic look, opened his mouth as if to say something, but I panicked and said, "See you tomorrow," and left the store. I still think about it nightly. Oh boy. Why did I even pick? Well, you know what? No. You always think you're out of the clear, but then you're entertaining guests. Number 19. The time that I screamed at a woman over poo. My little village has a small annual dog show. We normally enter our little dog, who has won friendliest dog, waggiest tail, and dog the judge would like to take home. This year she was unfortunately in season, so we didn't enter her to prevent any fuss from the other dogs that were in the event, but we did take her along to watch. Halfway across the park, we decided to poo, and I suddenly realized that I'd forgotten to take a bag. There were loads of other people with dogs around due to the show, so I wandered away a little bit to ask someone for a bag. I turned my back, and to my horror, a lady was picking up my little dog's mess. Not wanting to feel like one of those a-holes that doesn't clean up, I ran towards her to advise her that she didn't have to do it because I was going to get it. Instead, in a sort of panic, I waved my arms and barked, "No, that's my poo." Please note that I did not say that's my dog's poo. She physically jumped, then turned a deep red. She sort of mumbled an apology, dropped the poo, and marched off with her dog. It was at that point that I looked to my left and saw my dog's poo sitting a few feet away from the lady's dog mess that she was attempting to pick up. I think about this at night sometimes. That's my poo. Get your greasy mitts off it, lady. They're always after me, lucky poo. It's magically Number 18, an art studio in Los Angeles. My girlfriend was wearing a denim jacket as we looked at a piece together. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the jacket, and I reach over to grab her butt. A sudden, "Oh," comes from beside me, and a woman 30 years older than me is standing there blushing. I tell her that I thought she was someone else and run away to my girlfriend. A few minutes later, the lady comes and finds us to talk about young love and how cute we are while making too much eye contact with me. Intriguing. Guys, you're gonna need to give me a second, you know what I mean? Jeez. In response to Gray Jumper says, a Kyle stream at 3 p.m. and not 3 a.m. I'm very sorry for where you may live and, what may end up being the time that I frequently stream, but it's around 9 p.m. for me when I stream. And, I guess I'm trying to throw a couple of these daytime streams out just to broaden the net for anybody who may be interested in attending a live stream. More or less so you guys can know that you're not missing anything, Surely. Yeah, these lists will be just as easy to listen to when you're listening to them after the fact, but I guess you won't be able to throw things into the chat if that's how you might want to live. The Legionelle says that I've touched his heart and his time zone, as long as you don't put it in the police report. Number 17. I was at a bar with some friends watching a basketball game, and this guy kept asking me to check out his girlfriend every time that she went away. Like, check her out, damn. For example, she got up to go outside to smoke. He stayed in and he was like, "Be honest, is that not the best ass you've ever seen?" Damn. He did this several times. I felt so uncomfortable, and there's no nice way of putting it. She wasn't attractive whatsoever to me.
I think you've read this list before. It sounds familiar.
No way.
It sounds familiar. It may just be, repeat stuff in another list, but yeah.
This chick's trying to tell me I've read the list before. That's not possible. It's not true. It can't be. Let's continue and see if anything strikes your fancy, or if anything triggers a traumatic memory of having listened to this list before while people were beating you because they didn't understand why you were into Kyle, but it just does something for you. You can't explain it. You can't put it into words. It just does something for you. It's like having a friend that nobody else has ever been, a friend that understands you. Number 16. It was intensely awkward when I gave a hitchhiker a ride and he started talking graphically about his sexual interests and proclivities. I only gave him a ride because it was pouring rain and he looked like a college student from our university. When he started getting more and more personal, I couldn't wait for him to just get out of the car at his destination. Something he didn't want to do once we arrived. What are you, a woman? Giving somebody a ride? Guitar Slinger says, I've never heard you read this before. I appreciate that, Guitar Slinger. How wonderful of you. But I'm not so sure that you're a Kyle historian the way that some people in here claim to be. Pretending to just know and have seen everything forever, always, indefinitely, for life. Number 15 on this list. I worked at an Old Navy, and some lady was looking at men's shirts, and she stopped and held this shirt up to me and asked if I thought it would fit her son. I looked around and there was no one else around. We stood in silence for maybe like 30 seconds before she started laughing and said, "Oh, You don't know my son, he lives in Michigan. Never mind me, I'm just stoned. And then she went and bought the shirt. I don't know whether to be jealous or not. You know? I was intending. Number 22. At a movie theater I went alone, and so did the guy sitting next to me, and the couple sitting next to us were having a pretty heavy makeout session. Wow, they really established dominance all over you two. You didn't do anything. I bet it was like New Year's Eve too, and they didn't even get into it. Hello to Bradley, hello to Bell, hello to Bookish. Anybody else in here with B for the beginning of their name want to just, round this all out? I'm right here. I love you. Sorry about all of that. Number 23. I was with my mom buying flowers at a florist for a New Year's Eve party. The florist was obviously a very lonely woman and wouldn't stop going on about how she isn't doing anything for New Year's and how it's so nice that we have friends to visit, to the point where it became really saddening. My mother obviously really felt for her. Even now and again, maybe twice a year, she has a brain fart and accidentally says what she's thinking. The day was one of those rare days. After paying for the flowers, my mom says, "Thanks, hope you find a friend soon." Whoa, I look at her in shock, and the woman looks at her in shock, and my mom just gasps, apologizes, and literally backs out of the store. God, it was so awkward. I don't think there's anything wrong with occasionally accidentally speaking your mind, having a little slip up, If we could have seen the look on her face. Oh shit, I need to tell Dia. Dia! She's not coming, my bad. I should have been paying attention to how long she was away, dude. I kind of asked Dia just to kind of make the place look a little presentable, but of course she was going to go out there and lose her mind and go overboard. And I should have been on top of how long she was out of the room, but I can't pay attention to all of these things and juggle all these balls and deal with the stress of being called. It's like you're killing me. Number 24. I used to do security work at parties. One night there was an alert. Give me a second. Sorry, just making sure she heard me. I used to do security work at parties. One night there was an alert call for a young woman who had gone missing. I found her with her dress hitched up, looking for her underwear in the bushes. I managed to unlock her phone to call her dad, who from his name I recognized as the district attorney. He comes over to pick up his intoxicated daughter. While I was carrying her to the car, she was making very sexual remarks about me carrying her. All the while her father is hearing me out, like I was responsible for his daughter ending up this way, even suggesting that I had snuggled her. His lecture continued after I put his daughter in the back seat, still making the same remarks while pressing up her body against the car window. When the cops arrived at the scene, she was full naked, putting her ass out the window. I told the cops my side of the story, and as soon as she picked up my name, she started moaning it to the point of waking up nearby neighbors. I was brought to the police station for interrogation. Surveillance footage proved my innocence. 5 years later, I see the district attorney on a weekly basis at my job. Bruh. Can you imagine if there wasn't surveillance footage? Surveillance footage. As if, banging some stupid, dumb, broad bitch daughter of a fucking district attorney is a freaking crime. But because this asshole has the power, of course he's gonna abuse it. Of course he's gonna abuse it and get you in trouble, as if it's the end of the world. You banged my drunk daughter. You did this to her. Nobody gets drunk on their own. You know what I mean? I just can't deal with it. I can't be around people. I don't want to live in a world like this. Women are bad enough on their own, dude. Unreasonable. Number 17. Did I? Wait, no, I read that one. It was about the girl who wasn't attractive, but the guy was like, look at her ass. And then Dio was like, you read this one before now, Chad. I'm telling you now. Number 13. When I was young, I thought some random lady was my mom, and I tugged at her shirt. She turned, screamed, and I screamed back. It wasn't my proudest moment.
That's a skirt, not a shirt.
Well, I was trying to clean it up for my Christian channel. But if you want, I can make it even dirtier, Dia. When I was young, I thought some random lady was my mom, so I pulled her pants down and squeezed her butt cheek, as I did at home. She turned and screamed, and I screamed back and said, what's wrong with you? Ain't this how you like it? That's not how you normally scream. This is like you're Wait a minute. You're not my mom.
Why do you do that?
Do you enjoy that dirtier version
No.
of this story? Thank you. Number 14. When I was a teenager, my friends and I would spend the weekend staying up late and playing video games. You friggin' degenerates. We would also eat junk food. They're so unique. Where am I going to get all the money for all the freaking Burger King so we can win the PS5? Okay. I have a racket that I'm going to establish soon. You'll see. A rabbit?
A racket?
A racket.
Yeah.
Like tennis. But not literally tennis. Like, racket like. I was also a cross-country runner. On this particular night, I was experiencing some extreme chafing from a long run earlier that day. While we were at the gas station getting Doritos and energy drinks, I announced to who I thought was my friend, man, my nipples really hurt, upon realizing that it was a complete stranger with whom I had shared the most intimate detail. I simply stared at him and said, you're not my friend, and walked away. I didn't go back to the gas station for a long time. I bet that person thinks about that regularly. You're not my friend.
Oh,
That's so sad.
yeah.
That's so sad. That guy probably thought that he had played his cards wrong, like he didn't say what he was supposed to. Like he should have responded faster. It's okay, it happens to me too. But no, you said nothing. And now he mad. You're not my friend. Who wants to hear that ever? Who's gonna forget something like that? Let me get this straight. There's a tropical storm called Epsilon? That sounds nerdy as fuck.
Well, we're in the Greek alphabet now.
Tropical storm Epsilon.
I didn't know there was a Greek letter that was called epsilon.
Oh, na, Epsilon. That's pretty cool. Sounds like the result of like a dice roll. All hail, stream boss Justin. Number 12. I hooked up with a guy in college and fell asleep in his room. I woke up in the middle of the night, needing to pee so badly, but unable to find any of my clothes right away. I ended up spending so long trying to find them in the dark that by the time I had enough to wear out into the hall to go to the bathroom, I didn't think that I'd make it. He was still asleep, so I grabbed a big reusable water bottle and squatted over it. It was a blissful relief until I look over and saw his roommate staring at me in horror. It was probably sexy, and then she put on clothes, and it only got worse from there. Unless it was something he was into, in which case it was a roller coaster. Oh, whoa, this hot babe's all naked. Oh, she's putting on clothes. Why? Oh, she's starting to pee now. Oh. See, some guys are into that. Gross. Speaking of which, pee poo poo in the stream chat says I was walking down the hall in my school when a guy was walking towards my direction. We were trying to avoid each other. the left and right dance, y'all know, but then somehow we smacked cheeks. I hope it was worth it, fuck boy. I hope it was worth it. Get the fuck out of here. Number 11. My wife and I went out for a drink one night. We walk into the bar. I see someone I know at the bar with their back turned. I walk up behind them, tickle their sides. Turns out, I did not know this person. They just gave me a weird look and walked away. I got their spot at the bar, though. That's how you assert dominance, guys. You want somebody's spot at the bar? Tickle them and see how they react. Tickle them and see how they react.
I feel like one of these days, if I try to tickle you, you'll just elbow or punch.
Oh yeah, you want to get hurt? Try tickling me. I'm just letting you know. I don't know what I will involuntarily spasm.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I don't try it since I first moved out here. But someday I will again.
Belle says I'm quitting my retail job to go into my second job as a private dancer for money, do what you want me to do. Wish me luck. Damn, Belle. I imagine that you can take care of any person and conquer any career path that you set out to. I wish you only patience in the amount of time that it may take between now and where you wish to be. What is this noise I'm hearing in my Discord? I think it's that Zay Noodles. Okay. Let them have their fun. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 10. It was my first time voting in a presidential election in 2016, since becoming old enough to do so. The polling place was a library. When I got to the front of the line, started filling out the required papers, I mentioned that it's my first time and what to do next. After hearing this, the woman who was working there and helping me raised her voice and said, "Hey everyone, we've got a first-time voter over here," and started clapping so that they would all clap as well. Nobody clapped, and I was just standing there really embarrassed before quietly saying, "Can I just go vote now?" Why would you do that?
Because some people think that is the appropriate time.
Why are some people so unbearable? Where's the water bottle that I started this list with? It's just gone? Oh no, it's actually where I thought to reach. Interesting. I will now gift you all with a look at the thumbnail that I have chosen for this list. Behold. Yeah, you guys liking that? You enjoy that? You like that? Misa thinks you like that. Oh, Annie. Are you okay? Annie, would you tell us that you're okay? Majin Mango says, I heard someone do that when I went to vote. I clapped for them. Aren't you sweet? Maximam says, hi. Is it wrong to say that your voice is rather seducing? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It's a shame that we don't know each other personally. I try to seduce you out of all of the very specific type of Oreo cookies that I like. I call them blonde Oreo cookies because I'm a jackass. But what they are, in fact, I don't know what the name of them are. They're like, I call them blonde Oreos. What are they? What are they really? They're called golden Oreos. You guys learned something pretty stupid about me today, and it's that I call golden Oreos blonde Oreos. It's not because they're more fun, you know. As a black man, I have to wonder if that makes the black Oreos the nigga Oreos, you know what I mean? Because they're the OGs. They're the real Oreos. These are like the offshoot, you know, the what do you call it when a show gets like a show that comes off of the first one? Spin-off. These are like the spin-off Oreos, you know? Without normal Oreos, they could not exist.
Thank you, Gushers.
Without Gushers, no, without the black community, Gushers could not be who they are. Gushers. Twitter. You have to wonder what kind of, ooh, dude, the first thing that comes up when you Google Gushers Twitter, Black Lives Matter, and so do Black Voices. We are devastated by the murders. We have a long way to go in the fight against racism. I didn't even see this one, my dude. I didn't even see this one. Gushers wouldn't be Gushers without the black community in your voices. It's like, do they know how meme-worthy that is? Do you think they know? Because if they're self-aware, then it's wrong. But if they're not self-aware, then it's just perfect. It's just, I can't help but like wring my hands together with how perfect it is. I feel like if I were to die right now, I'd just want a pen drive full of all my favorite memes, and this would be the top one. Back in the day, we had these weird little fruit chews that had a little bit of juice inside of them, so you'd bite them and they'd come squishing out. And for some reason, they got involved in a very politically divisive thing regarding race and the abuse of power by police officers. You know what I mean? What wild times we lived in.
Isn't that the year that all those people died from that pandemic?
Yes. Yes, it is. But it does not change that Gushers would not be who they are without the black community. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 8, because apparently number 9 is deleted, and if I were to try to find it right now, it would probably take an hour. So what I'm going to do is take that hour, but I'm going to do it in a separate window. Number 8. I woke up from a blackout drunk. That's what it says, and I don't like the way that it's phrased, but I'm just gonna read it as it is. I woke up from a blackout drunk in bed with a woman that I had never seen before. I didn't know her name or anything about her. I decided to try and get her name off of her driver's license before she woke up. Bro, she woke up to me digging through her purse. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Because it doesn't matter if you tell her, I forgot your name. And I was just trying to find out what your name was from the license. She's not going to believe that. Because she would immediately think, oh, I'm sure that that's what you say to every woman who you try to rob after banging them. Ooh, boy. Maximum says, I enjoy your content, but I subscribed mainly for your relaxing voice. Here's hoping there's enough of it for you to go to sleep on this channel too. And then I don't just fly off the handle and get extremely animated and loud and wild like I always do. It's a staple of the Kyle brand. Wow. You could say it's who I am inside. Here's a deleted entry, but it's blue, which means that it's been deleted by the person themselves. And it also says just deleted, which means I can't really surmise what it might have been. I can go by the first response and see if I can contextually pick up what it might have been. The response to the deleted entry says, I used to hate those big communal shower rooms. When I was in middle school, our gym locker had one of these. There was a big picture window into the gym teacher's office. None of the guys liked showering after gym class because the teacher would stand there and leer. What a perv. What in God's name is there like a big window looking into a shower? What the hell?
Not even that, they were probably literally standing outside of the shower.
I don't have time for shit like this. You understand me? I don't have time for shit like this. A window. That's not cute. That's freaking bad. Belle, why do you say the teacher was Joe Biden? Do you think he's into little boys? Ew. What is going around on the internet?
Joe Biden is into really getting way too gross with little girls.
Here's another deleted entry. I groped a man's ass a few months ago at a sporting goods store. He was dressed and looked exactly like my fiance. And to make it worse, I grabbed both freaking cheeks and whispered, "Hey, sexy, got a girlfriend?" Ugh. The guy spun around, looked shocked, saw my mortified red face, and I started apologizing profusely. My fiance finds me mortified. I tell him that I just groped some guy that could be his twin. He thought it was funny. They stood side by side after we cleared it up. They were twins. Hair, coat, pants, and shoes. Still creeps me out. Well, I mean, like, what they were wearing, not like legit twins. That would be ridiculous. Y'all ladies crazy, out here just grabbing ass cheeks. Whispering stupid shit like that. "Hey, sexy, got a girlfriend." What the hell? You know how fucking mortified I'd be, even if it was my woman in public doing some shit like that? I'd swear that somebody was touching me without my permission. Bad touch. And I'd be like, be an immediate scene. People would be like, "What's going on? He's got a gun." You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Can I tell you all of a very intimate problem that I've been holding on and keeping to myself? You have to promise not to tell. You have to promise not to tell. Damn, Puncher Joe. I appreciate this.
Remember, folks, don't buy Marvel's Avengers.
He's right. That's a public service announcement from Puncher Joe. You could say that he's a superhero, warning you against making bad decisions, against doing things that might make you sad. He only wants to bring you joy. He feels that you deserve better, and I agree with him. 100%. You deserve better. Puncher Joe, about to knock down Justin and his stream boss fortitude. Profile. Puncher Joe says, "Have you seen my profile picture? It looks vaguely like somebody opening their chest." What the fuck? What was that? I don't know if they want me to read that because they put it in the confession channel in the Discord. But having been interrupted by a phone call in the middle of this list, I feel like I owe it to you guys to read what they wrote. And what they wrote is, "When I realize in the middle of the stream and my algebra class that my hypersexuality is because of me discovering porn at 7 years old through My Little Pony. My Little Pony, My Little Pony. And now I'm desensitized to sexual things at the age of 15. I mean, when you're 15, take it from somebody who's been 15 before. You should assume that this isn't the end of your experience. You know? Aren't you in here saying that you're desensitized to everything every day? Or is that somebody else in here talking about how they're desensitized? Everyday people in... Hold on. Let me see here. Look, it would be wrong of me to even pay attention to 15-year-old, journal entries. in the confessions channel while we're doing a stream. Oh boy. I almost wish that, I was a normal loser 15-year-old so that I could harness that kind of cringe in a capacity that I could then market and monetize on the internet. It's just, I was self-aware enough when I was younger to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And I also was mature enough to not want to associate with other motherfuckers my age and the stupid shit that they were getting into and the too much talking that they were doing. And that, I guess, allowed me, unfortunately, to be the master of many scenarios, which is as gay as it sounds, my dude. Because when you were as antisocial as I was, you wanted nothing to do with anyone and anywhere, but you always end up in these crazy scenarios. And it's like, look, man, oof. But I do wish that I could have been normal. I want to be normal too. And the cringe, boy. That's a true superpower. You want to talk about superpowers, Puncher Joe? These kids, man, they harness the cringe like an anime character. In their tiny pinky, there is enough cringe to power a small city. For weeks. Weeks you could power a small city. Some of us, if we were to force ourselves to think of a way to develop clout or get attention, it could take us upwards of a week, and we couldn't keep the internet's attention for more than 17 seconds. But these kids, and a pinky's worth of their fucking cringe, they would keep people replaying the stupid videos and dumb things that they say over and over and over again, thinking to ourselves, are they really so fucking lame? Are they so melodramatic? Is this the extent of their experience? That they think that this is it? I can't stand Family Guy, but there's this one little ditty they do where they sing a song about high school and they go, high school is such a serious thing. These problems matter. The joke being that they don't. They don't. None of that matters. I can't wait till people get out and they learn. They learn in a big way what it's all about today. What it's all about yesterday. You know what I mean? Forevermore. Hey man, Puncher Joe dropped a picture of himself opening his shirt with a Batman logo in there. Actually, I could probably drag that into here and show y'all. All right, cool. Not putting the dude on blast. I mean, he put himself out there, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I'm going to say. It's a very cool picture, credit where credit is due. But I want to show y'all how OCD I am. If it was me, homie, I would have to just, draw this whole circle in with black and then probably shift the Batman logo to the right and down a little bit because I'm OCD like that. Is that weird yet? That I would need the logo to seem centered. This is almost better because it lends to the believability that, of course, the shirt isn't going to be perfectly centered. You know what I mean? But when you're an OCD bastard and you know that Gushers is riding on how intense an individual you are, I can't let Gushers down. Not a single day can I let Gushers down. What do you mean you knew I was going to say that? Puncher, you didn't know, okay? I gotta remember to drop the Streamlabs link in the description because I keep getting questions after the stream, and it's like, I'm sure the Streamlabs link is in the description, but somebody can't find it. And these may be just new people that are watching my Avengers video, so they don't know how to see that, but I don't know, man. Oh, you know what I should also do? I should probably put the PayPal thing in there. Whatever. They'll get over it, man. I love you guys. We're going to breeze through this list because I'm starting to get scared. And it may be because DL kind of could have been right about this list being familiar. At the airport, I walk up as the elevator door is closing, and there's a woman inside with a stroller. I slow down because I wasn't in a hurry and would rather catch the next elevator. Then I saw a little girl about 2 or 3 years old is playing in a flower pot nearby. Bro, this is ringing bells, man. I realized that she was likely meant to be on the elevator with her mother, but the doors are closed by the time that I put two and two together. I walk up to her and say, "Did your mommy get in the elevator?" And she just shyly smiles. I sit down with her and decide to wait in place for a few minutes for her mom to realize. A minute or two later, a man walks up and says, "Excuse me, can I have the child?" in a thick Russian accent. I was trying to decide what to ask to figure out if she was his kid, when the elevator door reopened and the woman came flying out yelling for the girl. Wow, dude. Is this real? Do you think when people are out with their kids that some people just watch them and wait for a moment for them to slip up? Holy shit, that's scary. Holy shit.
Maybe it doesn't happen a lot here in the States, but it happens a lot in other countries.
Dia, that's creepy, man.
People are always watching.
Can you imagine? And the instant that the parent stepped away, the kid just comes up and goes, "Guess what?" I'm just over it. Icky Gabby says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Well, because they timed out honeycomb? Damn, Gabby. What kind of flat titty action is that? You just willy-nilly going Excalibur on people? Oh, blame it on your kid. Oh. Then it wouldn't have been you saying sorry you didn't mean to do that. It would have been your kid, you know what I mean? Oh, please, Gabby. Always blaming it on the kids. You parents and your kids, man. I'm just so tired of it. Why can't we all have just come into existence like Kyle did? Out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
That sounds horrifying.
Like a deity. What happened?
I said that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, man. Once there was no Kyle, and the next moment I blinked into existence, screaming like a star being born. That's what a star sounds like, by the way, guys. So look, the elevator doors reopen and the woman comes flying out yelling for her child. She hops up happily and runs over to the mom. I stared at the guy with an accusing look, and he turns and gets in the elevator too. I don't know what the heck is going on. Was he with them? Did he think I was trying to take their kid? Was he a creeper following them? So awkward. I literally sat silent throughout the weird encounter. I'd be like, "Yo, do you know this man? He just asked me for this kid.
Yeah.
Do you know this man?" Bruh. Number 5. Woman at a gas station didn't know how to put air into her tire. So I helped her because I wanted to put air in my tires and didn't want to wait all freaking day. She called her husband on speakerphone to let him know that she found some nice man to help put air in her tires. Then I hear him call her an idiot and say that I'm only helping her because I want to fuck her. And where does she get off talking to other men? She stammered and tried to explain that there was nothing going on between us. To be honest, it was even like, you know, not only is it kind of half safe, but it's also like a sly way of, you know, involving him so that it doesn't seem like it's just like this exclusive interaction between this other man. She called you. What a piece of shit. Can you imagine me going off on your bitch ass? Cause some dude at the gas station trying to help you carry your titties, Dia?
What?
That's a cute what? That's a really good soundbite. What?
Every day, you stray further and further from the light of God.
After she got off the phone, she looked at me as if her husband just caught her fucking me and got into her car and left. No thank you, no nothing. And for some reason I felt guilty for even helping her out. Jesus, I feel awkward just thinking about it. It's a shame that people got this going on. You know, some women just need to let their titties out of their top and be free, like an illustrious leprechaun dancing in the meadow. Do not let yourselves be tamed, women. Your power is infinite. El oro es mío. You can't laugh at that because it was like particularly racist, and I was blown away by how insane it all was.
As a Mexican, you gotta remember that you gotta laugh, otherwise you cry.
My feet are starting to hurt because I sit in this weird like Master Roshi ribbit frog position when I record lately. Because I shouldn't be on the bed, but that's where I am. At the edge of a freaking bed. Number 4. The most awkward moment of my life thus far was with a stranger. I was in Quebec airport going through customs with my family. Because of some of the recent changes to the system, they didn't have everyone in a line, but instead a large pen where they would release around 50 people at a time. Quotes, chaos, yeah. When my family is at the front, they release us and everyone is running and they release us and everybody is running forward in a mass trying to get to the kiosk, and they're you know what I mean? Next to me is a next to me is a tall Swedish man trying to get a family to a kiosk. It's his family. He is running forward and waving his arms behind him in a come on motion, clearly frantic. Well, somehow the worlds aligned where his middle and pointed finger went perfectly into my 2 nose holes. He says it the way I say it. The nose holes. His fingers went into his nose holes perfectly, as he then ripped his arm upward to motion with his family forward. My nose was also ripped forward, and I immediately began bleeding everywhere. He looked at me in horror. My family looked at me in frustration as we needed to get to a kiosk. The customs agent looked at me in bewilderment. The language barriers made the situation all the more awkward. Don't let people jam their fingies up your nose holes. Fingies in the nose holes, baby. Fingies in the nose holes. Ooh. Recently, guys, I tried some fish sticks, some frozen fish sticks in the air fryer, and they were just ever so delicious. They were ever so tight, ever so right. I got I cooked them at 400 for 11 minutes, and I'm thinking it was just a little bit crispy. The ones in the middle were perfect, but some of the ones on the edges were a little bit crisp, so I'm thinking either 9 or 10 minutes next time at 400. I also learned that a great way to cook some cinnamon rolls was 320 temperature for 6 minutes. But Dia hated that because they came out a little stiff, and I'm wondering if it was because it was an old tube of cinnamon rolls that probably been in the fridge for a long time, or if I just, I went too overboard and I burnt it. It's going to require more testing. Oh my God, excuse me, my stomach. It's going to require more testing, Thank God we don't do mukbangs on this channel. Thank God. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 2 plus 1. I got on an elevator with a woman, and she had one really nice boots. No, she had on these really nice boots. So I complimented them by saying, "Nice boots." She cups her breasts and says, "Well, you're not shy." Thank you. They're real. And then immediately realized that I had said boots, and she thought I said nice boobs. Longest elevator ride ever. To this day, whenever I say boots in any context, I do it with a very hard and deliberate T. Well, whenever I compliment somebody's boobs, I do it with a very hard and deliberate D. No. Yeah, it works.
Nasty.
Hard and veiny deliberate D. Girthy and throbby deliberate D. It worked for Ariana. She probably spat out her asparagus or whatever she eats. Why is it asparagus? Because it starts with an A?
Ariana eats asparagus.
Oh my god. Number 2, bro. Okay, my green tea.
Oh, my green tea is all over the place.
Number 2. In the cinema, I interlocked my fingers with the kid sitting beside me for a full minute. It turns out he wasn't my kid. Ugh. It really did make me cringe. I don't think there's anything grosser than locking fingers with a child that's... I mean, full stop. Let's be real. Kids? Ugh. Guys, I don't think I revealed my secret to you. The secret was that I want to wear a Fitbit and track how often I roll around from day to day. But it makes my hand feel weird and get like clammy, so I have to take it off. Why can't I live somewhere cold? Not that that's what I'm worried about. I'm most worried about living somewhere where the weed is so dank and legal that I can just become well acquainted with the patrons at a dispensary and say, "Good day to you. I've come for your finest everything." And they'll be like, "Damn, Kyle, take it easy." And I'll be like, "You shut the hell up. This is my religion." And then I'll break into song with an acoustic guitar that I carry around.
Ew.
That's right. But it's not a real acoustic guitar, it's an app. And you have to wonder, why play an acoustic guitar on an acoustic guitar app when you could just download the instrumental and play it from the phone? And I'll say, aha. If you're not high enough to understand why I do the things that I do, then you can't begin to understand. Who is in my Discord leaving comments this day? What cringy manner of bing bongs do they drop? Okay. It's just God's slave, posting pictures of Iron Man as usual. That's what he does. What he does. Getting sadder and sadder, because the Avengers game is... It's a Chinese knockoff of the Avengers that we know, boy. Oh, so sad. Look, man, one day somebody will pay me, and then we can be free of Marvel's Avengers. We can move on to the next thing. We can thrust and jerk. No, not that one. But we can thrust ourselves into the role of a character in another game and just live there. Let that be our escape. The Great Value Avengers, the Walmart brand Avengers, my dude. Oh my god. Dia, you've heard of Frosted Flakes, but have you heard of corn shavings?
I tried really hard with that one.
Sweetened corn shavings?
Corn shaving.
Yeah. Sweetened corn shavings are taking the world by storm. Or as the kids like to call them, SCS?
You are trying so hard.
What's hard about that? Well, sometimes if I believe, I can be high too, Dia. Number 1. I worked security at an aquatic theme park and was watching Jeopardy in the employee entrance. One of the veterinarians came through and watched it with me for a bit. He said he watches it religiously, and he'd passed the test for the show and was hoping to get selected. He heard that they like to have a diverse group of contestants, and they hadn't had a black guy for a while, so he liked his chances. A few days later, there are 2 black contestants, so when I see him leaving the next time, I say, "Hey, did you catch Jeopardy last week?" "No. Why?" he responds. "There were 2 black guys on it," I explain. He just stares at me blankly for a few seconds and then walks off. He didn't remember. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god, Dia. That's when I realized it was a different dude than the one I had the previous conversation with.
Damn.
Bitch, cringe back in time, bro. Cringe back in time. How can you do it? guess when you're white, all black people look the same. How can you do this to us? With everything we do for Gushers. You know, they take us for granted, Dia. What do you think their kids would be doing on TikTok without black people?
True.
Yeah.
True.
What the hell? Running against the devil. Hey. It's getting wildly political. As I suppose it needs to be.
Oh my god, look at that giant Bulbasaur. How you gonna get him out of there?
Break the glass, fuck it.
Yep.
Shit. You shouldn't have had this in here, you sons of bitches. Officer, look. Look at the size of him.
You can't tell me you don't want to steal them.
Where can I get a giant Bulbasaur like that?
Probably Amazon or something.
Amazon's not offering giant Bulbasaurs, trust me.
Or some.
Nowhere offers good.
Japan.
Like, where you would want to get a giant thing is probably from the Chinese, but then there's a chance that it's going to come and it's going to suck, my dude.
So you mean Japan?
Nope. Nope. Because you're not going to be able to get it directly from Japan unless you're paying a premium. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I guess, let's say we're going through AliExpress or eBay at the worst. It's still just going to be like janky as if like some dude or chick you knew sewed it themselves, but like gave up halfway through. And for some reason they didn't start with the face. They ended with the face, so the face looks terrible. It's not funny. I hate that shit. It's not funny. Look, here's the thing. You're really into Dom. Like, you're stupidly into Dom. Okay? And all I ever do is occasionally look up things online that I can get in the way of that for you. So I look for like Dom Animal Crossing plush, right? Look at how Dom, first of all, okay. Yep. Let me look up Dom first. Dom Animal Crossing. This is what Dom looks like for anybody who doesn't know what this little sheepy looks like. He's very cute. People are really into him because he has this kind of look in his eyes, so he kind of looks like he's crying sometimes. And that's what's kind of adorable about him. Now, this is what he should kind of look like for the most part. Look at him. He's crazy adorable. That's what Dom is supposed to look like. Okay? There he is. There's the good little baby.
My baby.
And here's what he looks like as a plush. What the fuck is this?
From every angle, it just gets
You know, it's like they made it and they were like, hey, put that in a hydraulic press. What the fuck is this?
They made him like skinny.
Believe it or not,
They
no matter what you're looking for, you're going to find dog shit plushes like this. So I'm going to type in Bulbasaur giant plush. What? Where in Guatemala are they sending these from? Look at that kid posing with the...
That is a bad Photoshop.
That's a really frog-looking Bulbasaur, man. That's a really chin-heavy Bulbasaur I'm looking at.
It's better than the fucking Dom.
Bruh.
Okay?
Bruh, let me say it like this. I'm gonna look up Bulbasaur so y'all can just see what that looks like. Look what a cutie Bulbasaur is, okay? Not that difficult when translating that to 3D. It's not the end of the world. But instead, we got all of this. Just strangely shaped. Very inauthentic looking. Like, look how weird that Charmander looks. What's going on? Oh, it makes me want to vomit. Jesus Lord, what's so hard about getting plushes right, you people? Do I have a Bulbasaur somewhere?
Yes.
It's in the other room?
Yes.
Is it crap?
No.
Because it's really tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a nice Bulbasaur then.
Yeah.
And that came from Japan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you want anything that comes from from Japan, you're gonna have to pay extra for it to look good.
See, that's a pretty cute Charmander in that pose.
Sleepy.
Dude, they all just look so awkwardly shaped. Look, I've made my silly little point here, whatever. You know you love my fat boy fucking 1999 Pikachu, dude. That Pikachu is so OG. Pikachu card, bitch, chill. No. The blush. The blush. See, this Pikachu is 20 years old now. And this chick abuses it and uses it for her streams. It's absurd. But he will always be mine. I'll be buried with him, in fact. This is in my will.
You mean to tell me that if we were to have a kid, you wouldn't leave it to him?
I'm not leaving my Pikachu to some fucking kid. Like, he's gonna appreciate that. I would appreciate it while I'm being eaten by worms. Me.
How would you... Because he would also get damaged and gross. So would you have him, like, vacuum sealed for you?
Yeah, vacuum seal him and put him in my grave.
In your casket.
And that way when I come back from the grave, because the big titty goth chicks that wanna, you know, bring me back, you know, I'm gonna be extra pissed. I'm looking at a Snorlax. Just in case you guys want to know what Snorlax looks like, you know, this is pretty much what a Snorlax looks like. This one is acceptable right here, where he's waving and he's kind of sitting. This one is acceptable where he's standing. You know, that's what the big boy looks like. There's some where he's on his back that are just fantastic. Look at these. Look at these. So you look up Snorlax plush, and what do you get? Allow me to show you. Bada boom. Look at this garbage. What in the hell? It's uncanny, right? It's like looking in a mirror. What's wrong with everything? Reality is disappointing, I suppose. I have to be thankful for Puncher Joe for making things tolerable. Thankful for Justin, of course, the indomitable stream boss, flexing on everyone on and off stream. I said it before and I'll say it again. No one can dethrone him this day. To be honest, only Justin could probably take Justin down, but it would only replenish his health. What a try hard. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys will probably see me again soon, because I'm going to be in the mood to stream some kind of like game or something soon. I just don't know if it's going to be more Genshin, or if it's going to be this game I have called Hades. I'm trying to stop talking about the Avengers, because I don't want it to come off like I'm looking for views and there is genuinely nothing to talk about with that game, but we'll see. We'll see as we continue. I love you guys. I hope you all stay out of trouble. I hope things make sense and that nobody's too bummed out. Marvel's Avengers got cracked, which means that they figured out how to get around the anti-tampering software. Hopefully that means maybe somebody will hack or mod the thing so that we can put interesting skins into the game for once. Why does Otaku Muse respond to Hades? Do you know anything about Hades? Is it good? Do you like it? Do you watch people and you enjoy their playthrough or something? What am I missing? What's going on in Hades? Man breaks into home during children's remote learning class? Oh my god. The mom left the kids at home. You know what the crazy thing is now, Dia? Think about this as a parent. You have a job where you go to work, and your kids normally go to school, so you sure as hell don't have to worry about a sitter. But now you still have to go to work, but your kids aren't going to school. They're taking their classes via online bing bong at home. You're expected to get a sitter, right? But the reality is, we already know many of these kids probably don't have a sitter. Imagine somebody scoping that house out, Dia, and breaking in while the kids are at home. That's exactly what fucking happened here. That is disgusting, and it's so sad and scary. Ooh. Otaku says, yes, I do like. The dudes who made Hades made 2 of my favorite games of all time. Otaku says, it's funny to me and I watched a ton of playthroughs. I also really like the characters. Oh no. Man, when I figure out some food later, maybe I will jump into this. I'm a fool and I allowed us to run out of drinks at the house, so in my face. I usually keep backup Hawaiian punches for this very occasion, but I guess I forgot to replenish them.
I mean, can you blame yourself?
I don't blame myself for much these days. I got too much going on. What did your friend do that accidentally turned you on? I'm so sick of these stupid questions, man. I gotta go digging back in time for a list tonight. Maybe I can just stream a video game for a long time tonight. See you guys soon. Love you. Have a great day. You deserve it. Bye.